self-serving, persuasive talkers
of everything and nothing.
We are conversation con artists. What's going on, people? It's your boy, Mr. On Point.
And I am Calamity Red.
And welcome to another episode with Conversation Con Artists. I got some stuff to tell you. You listening? I'm just going to assume you're listening. I want you to go to the website, www.conversationconartists.com, and I want you to check out the links for this week's episode, check out this week's episode and past episodes, and I want you to look on the left side of that screen. You're going to see a little envelope. You go hover over that envelope and it's going to bring up a whole dialogue, and you can send questions, emails, feedback, anything that you want to send us. On Twitter, you can find me at Mr. Mister_on_point.
And I can be found at Red_Calamity. Also, if you would like to, we're still looking to do the whole letter thing. Send in your questions. You can either do it through the website or you can send it directly to our Gmail account, which is conversationconartists with an S at gmail.com. Also, we have a Facebook page that you can also send us messages on. And let us know about any stories that you may see that you think that we should discuss on the show or any of that. So Facebook page is also Conversation Con Artists. Everything is Conversation Con Artists.
Yeah, everything. And send us whatever you want.
See, every time you say that, I just know.
You cringe.
We gonna get some bullshit.
We can handle it.
Okay. I'm gonna remind you of this when we start getting them.
Remind me. Okay. Let's get into the show with some deliberate nonsense. But first, how you doing, Calamity Red?
I am good. It's like a beautiful day today. Like the weather was nice. It doesn't even feel like, January. Alabama's so bipolar.
I feel like Jack Frost and Mother Nature are having some kind of battle to where Mother Nature wants her nature to thrive and Jack Frost want to freeze it all, and it just keep going back and forth. It's hot, it's cold, it's in the middle. Oh, I need a jacket. Oh, I shouldn't have wore this short sleeve. I should have wore a sweater. What is this?
It is so confusing. My poor little sinuses are just like, bitch, what is this? Like, it hurts. Every day I don't know if I'm going to wake up sneezing or what's going to happen. Like, this weather needs to get it together. Like, this is the most bipolar I think I've ever seen the weather be. Like, you don't know how to dress from day to day. Like, and you still can't dress too warmly because it is in fact still January. So I don't know. I
always wear short sleeves anyway. I'm just not mentally prepared for what I'm going to step out into all the time. That's my dilemma. I'm going to have short sleeve on most of the time anyway.
I'm always cold, so I always have on sleeves. And, I have the tattoos to cover. So, like, work-wise, I always have on sleeves. So, I always have on sleeves. It's just whether or not I'm going to have to, like, roll them up.
And this is the first, like, weather situation since I've been bald. Since I've shaved all my hair off. So, it's different with my head. Like, I can feel, like, it's like the cold is punching the top of my head, like, as I'm outside, like, just punching. No mercy.
That's sad. I wish I could lend you some of my hair. I have too much.
It's okay. It's okay. My DNA and genetic structure didn't have it in for my hair cells to continue through my whole lifespan. So, you know what? I'm all right with it. It is what it is. So, the first story I got today is Beyonce.
Oh, Lord.
What you know about Beyonce?
The Beehive.
What she got going on?
The Beehive gonna come after you. So. Beehive. Just tread carefully.
Listen, I don't talk nothing about no Beyonce. Beyonce is amazing. Beyonce is wonderful. Don't come after me. I love Beyonce.
Her fans are diehard as shit. Like, they act like she cut them checks daily. Like, they're serious about it. But yeah, so I'm assuming that you're talking about her issue with Coldplay.
I ain't got no problem with Beyonce, but people have a problem with Beyonce and this Coldplay video and her using some Indian culture wear to, I guess, to do whatever she did in the video. I didn't watch the video.
I
Have you watched the
I
video?
haven't watched the video, but I have seen stills of her
I saw the
from
pictures.
it. And I mean, people, I don't know. Like, I feel like that is something that's, I mean, I guess that doesn't make it right, but like henna, she has the whole henna on her arms, and people do that all the time. Like spring break, come March, watch and see how many people be walking around with these henna things on them, because it lasts for a few days. It's like a tattoo without getting a tattoo. But I don't know. I don't know.
I guess so. What happened from this situation is that it's a brown war now.
Yeah,
it's Indian culture saying, "Hey, cultural appropriation," and it's the other brown culture, African American, saying, "Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Why y'all mad?" type situation. So where is the line between appropriation and appreciation?
And see, I think that's the thing. I think it's easier for African Americans to see appropriation in white people and not see why other people would be upset about this situation. Like, I feel like that happens a lot, right? When something happens to you, it's more understandable sometimes than when it happens to somebody else. I mean, I could understand them being upset about it. I mean, I'm not going to say that they shouldn't feel a kind of way about her being dressed as she was. Because, I mean, she really is like totally. I don't even know what the song is about, or if it was even appropriate, or why that was chosen, or I don't know anything about the song. I'm not really a big Coldplay fan. I like Fix You. That was about it. But, and I didn't Yellow was okay.
The Scientist?
Yellow was okay. And not the Scientist. Yellow was cool. And Fix You. But I like another version of Fix You. But neither here nor there. I don't know. I think they're entitled to be upset, just like we feel like we're entitled to be upset about cultural appropriation when it happens. I do think that there is a line between appreciating a culture and appropriating the culture, because I don't know that this crosses that line. I guess it depends on what your definition of both of those terms are.
Definitions. I guess that's the important part.
Yeah, that's
because I've always had the idea that appropriation was not merely borrowing a culture, but taking it and marketing it and using it intentionally to gain from it. Yeah, you're gaining something, and I think a majority part of that is that it's coming from an oppressive culture that is the one that takes it. Like, you can't control them taking it. Like, we can't. I just don't feel like African Americans can take a bunch of Indian culture and market it in a way that's going to be successful. I think that has to come in a society in which we ruled and Indians happen to be up under us, and we can take all of their stuff and put it in our business and put it in our market, and that's appropriate. That's just the understanding I had of appropriation. Yeah,
I don't know how she would benefit from this. Now, is henna gonna be, because again, it's Beyonce, so whatever Beyonce do, millions of people want to do too. So henna probably finna go through the roof. If you do henna work, you finna get a lot of business. But I don't know that she's really gonna benefit from this. It's one video, and again, I don't even know why that was. I don't know what the theme of the video is. Like, I'm not even sure. All I know is I've seen the stills of her dress. But I don't even know what the damn song is about, to tell you the truth.
What can it be about with Beyonce and Coldplay in it?
I don't know. Well, you know her.
Who reached out? Did Beyonce reach out to Coldplay, or did Coldplay reach out to Beyonce?
Well, you know her and Chris Martin, because Jay-Z and Beyonce and Chris Martin and Gwyneth Paltrow were all buddy hanging out together before they got divorced. So Chris Martin probably just asked her. She was like, "Sure, Chris," because they're buddies. So I just imagine that's how. I wasn't surprised that she did a song with Coldplay, just because I know that she has a relationship with the lead singer, but who knows what that damn song is. I don't know. Like, it's the weird combination. I can't imagine. I need to listen to the song.
I do too. Clearly, I need to listen to
it because I don't know how that's gonna sound.
Not listening to it don't really make a difference that much in the context of, that appropriation.
Nah.
I don't. I guess I have to understand that context to say whether it's appreciation or not. I mean, because she might just be wearing Indian wear. That just might be what's going on in that situation.
Yeah, and it could be in addition. I mean, she could be making fun of the. I don't know. I don't know what the video is. So I guess you just have to see what the video is and what I don't know. That's a weird choice. That was just a weird choice of dress.
But I'm also not saying that they shouldn't feel a particular way about it.
Yeah.
You know, those who are offended. I'm not saying that they shouldn't feel a particular way about that. I'm saying that I think if they feel a particular way about it, it could be from the miswearing of it, or the
I don't know if appropriation is the right word.
Like, did she wear it correctly, and did she represent it correctly for your culture?
Yeah.
And you're mad because she wore it, or did she wear it and in some way offend a religion or offend a particular group of people, or did she wear it wrong? Was it something that she misrepresented in that thing that can potentially make people mad? And clearly with all the different groups, it's going to be a group of people that's mad for each individual thing. But I guess I wonder what the consensus is.
I assumed, and you know what happens when you assume that?
It makes an ass out of you and me.
I assumed that I just kind of looked at it the same way that we had a whole conversation about Chris Hemsworth dressing up as an Indian and Indian. So I kind of looked at it as that, as them not liking her using their culture in that way, or it may be offensive to them for her to do that, the same way that Indians don't like for you to dress up as them for Halloween or for fucking New Year's or whenever it is you decide that you just want to play cowboys and Indians. So I kind of just thought that was what it was, as more, because it's not really, I don't know that appropriation is the right term for this particular case.
And
as much as it is maybe cultural insensitivity. And
Chris Hemsworth dressed up as a stereotypical.
Yeah.
I might be wrong, but I think I can confidently say that most white people who would dress up like an Indian don't know their Cherokee history.
Hell no.
Don't know their Navajo history.
No.
They just know that, I saw them with a leaf on their head and they got leather, and it's kind of, I don't know anything about this, but I have the stereotypical view of it, and that's how I act on it. Go to the store
and buy a costume.
Yeah. And I'm not sure if this is just one of those situations in which anything was malicious, anything was ill. I would just like to know, did she misrepresent their culture with what she did? Or is the problem that she just wore things that other cultures wear?
I don't know.
Because that is a very, very fine line to tread.
And I think everybody wear, if we're going to go by you can't wear stuff that other cultures wear, then that's going to affect everybody. I feel like everybody wears something at some point that's not necessarily indicative of their own culture. But the
thing that we've done in America is that the default is white America is the default.
Yes.
Everything white America do is normal. Mm-hmm. And so we can't just wear a business suit and be like white culture can't be appropriated.
Yeah.
And not just white culture, but the dominant culture of wherever you were at. If all white people for some reason had to move to Africa, one, there would be this thing called African privilege, that white people had to succumb to. Second, they wouldn't be able to appropriate African culture. They wouldn't be able to take, because African culture would be the norm. Mm-hmm. They can't take it and use it for their benefit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, Africans would be able to start wearing slacks and business suits and perming their hair out and parting it in the middle.
Oh, God.
And they can make that a major part of their culture, in which it would cater to the white America, the white world.
Yeah.
And they would be able to make money off the white world from taking that part of their culture.
That'd be really weird.
It would be.
It would be strange.
It would be very strange, but
yeah, it would.
I just think that you can't get that without having that power component of it. So when you talk about appropriation and when you're using that word, I just feel like there has to be a level of power. There has to be the ability to take, and there has to be a group that they can still cater to after they haven't taken them things, that they can financially gain from it.
Yeah.
Or gain from it in any way. It don't just have to be financially. It can be perceptually.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I don't know.
I guess I would have to talk to an Indian American or an Indian person to get their perspective on it.
Yeah.
And get some understanding of that situation from them.
Yeah.
You know. But Beyonce is great. Nothing against Beyonce. If you're a Beyonce fan, don't come for me.
Because they will.
This is just an objective assessment of something that Beyonce was a part of.
Because they totally will. Woo.
Don't do it to me. But the next thing I got is Janet Hubert. Since the Oscar thing, since her response to... Okay, for those of y'all that don't know, that's dark skin Aunt Viv.
Aunt Viv 1.0.
Now, for those of you that might not have watched the show that she was in, this is The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yes.
And when we say dark skin Aunt Viv, I mean... When I say dark skin Aunt Viv, I mean...
Dark skin Aunt Viv?
Well, I'm saying for people who may not have watched Fresh Prince.
There was a dark skin Aunt Viv and a light skin Aunt Viv.
The first one was the dark skin one. She had a very heavy-handed personality in the show. Mm-hmm. And it turns out she has a very heavy-handed personality in real life.
Yes.
And she got canned from the show, and a new Aunt Viv came in, which was a completely different complexion, which was light skin. Mm-hmm. And so when I make reference to the dark skin Aunt Viv, that's just the reference.
We need to talk one day about the fact that when they brought in the light skin Aunt Viv, that they made her a lot more passive. I feel some kind of way about that as a dark skinned person, but I won't get into that today. I won't get into colorism today.
We'll do that later.
Okay.
And so she made some comments at the Oscars towards Jada Smith, who came out talking about how whitewashed the Oscars were. There was not a lot of black representation. Let's boycott it. Mm-hmm. And so she came out and had a response against that. That was very overly assertive towards Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith's involvement in that movement and making that happen.
It was petty as shit. Yeah.
Very petty. She's very petty. And so she did an interview this week talking about Stacey Dash. Now, if you don't know, Stacey Dash responded to all of this stuff by saying, hey, if black people want to be included, we need to stop excluding ourselves. We need to get rid of Black History Month. We need to get rid of BET. We need to stop segregating ourselves and saying that we want to be involved, but we keep ourselves from being involved by having all of these other things connected to us.
This heifer. Quick side note. Somebody asked Gabrielle Union in an interview about it, and she was like, who is Stacey Dash? Petty as shit. I loved it. I wanted to stand up and clap when I saw that fucking clip. It was amazing. Good for her.
I was like, you know who Stacey Dash is, but you said it anyway.
She was like, who is Stacey Dash? Is she kids Dave Dash?
Yeah.
That was hilarious. I loved it. She
went full petty.
I was here for it.
And so Janet Hubert commented on Stacey Dash, in which she said something to the tune of, Stacey Dash need to go on somewhere, sit her tail down, and she said it as aggressively as Aunt Viv did in the show. So
she like somebody's grandma.
She's aggressive.
Yeah, she is. She absolutely.
Like her 100%. Kids probably got beat with sticks, not switches. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's the kind of aggression I feel like she is one of them grandmas. Like, I ain't taking no mess.
Hell no. Yeah.
You know? And she coming.
College, Jada, honey child. Was it honey child or baby girl? Or she kept calling her something when she was doing it. Miss Thing. Miss Thing, that's what it was. Let me tell you something, Miss Thing. She's so old.
She was drunk. But in this dialogue, one thing she said that was just so lame. She did this last time too. She said Stacey needs to dash somewhere. Like she's not clever,
but she's old. That sounds like
she's not witty as you think she
is. That's just old people. I guess humor.
when you say it like that,
old people.
It really just point out how lame I think old people are when they say stuff like that.
Because it's old people humor. Like I could totally see like my grandma saying some shit like that and thinking she was hilarious.
But what I'm discovering is it don't make me accept her. It make me have to put old people all in the same category that I feel that she's in right now. Like she's in the old people are in the category with her. If you do stuff like that, then you know what I'm saying, you are lame as far as I'm concerned. But the only reason I wanted to talk about this is because what she did referencing Stacey Dash was she validated the movement. Because when Stacey Dash said, hey, We don't need Black History Month. We don't need this. She said Stacey Dash need to sit herself down. There are some valid concerns that we have in the African American community, and we all trying to overcome all the time. Blah 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 blah. But when Jada Pinkett said the same thing that she just said in regards to Stacey Dash, she went in on Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith about what they not doing. She just pretty much roasted them about what they could be doing in the movement. So to me, it validates that it didn't have anything to do with the movement or anything revolving around it, more so than trying to discredit the Smiths.
It was just petty as shit. Like, she hates them. She has hated them since she left the show, and she's made, this no secret, and that absolutely 100% was what it was. Like, she just hates them.
But at what point do you wash out an important message to assert your pettiness? Like, that is a valid message. Well, and there's a lot of people who rode the train of invalidating what she was trying to accomplish. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of people that rode that train.
Yeah.
Over her pettiness. Like, at what cost do you avoid pettiness in that situation?
In her mind, though, she probably feels like she balanced it out with her message to Stacey Dash. Like, it all balances out.
I doubt it.
Who knows? Janet is, at this point, it's been 20 plus years. Like, it happened. You hadn't really worked. If you want to blame them, I mean, okay, but at what point does forgiveness... Let me tell y'all something about forgiveness. Forgiveness is for you. It is not for other people. And that's exactly what she needs to do so she can move the fuck on and stop talking about this. Because anytime she's mentioned... I mean, really, ever since the show, usually when people are talking about her, it's in reference to some shit she said about Will Smith. Like, she goes on these rants every so often about him and what he's doing and what he's not doing and did it. So at some point, she's just gonna have to give this grudge up because it just sounds tiresome. Like, I can't imagine being that angry at somebody all the time. Especially, can you imagine being angry at somebody who's like ain't thinking about you, whose life is going on and they successful and they could give a shit about how you feel about it, and you still upset? Like, that just seems stressful to me. That's probably why she was drinking, making videos drunk.
Yeah.
That stress.
That stress. That 20-year-old stress.
Shit.
Her stress older than her kids probably.
How do you hang on to that for that long? Well, never mind.
I mean,
I take it back. I know folks do it all the time. That's long.
I wouldn't do it.
I couldn't do it. Don't got enough fucks in me to give about anything 20 years worth. I just can't imagine.
I just don't care enough about stuff. Like, I just don't let stuff stew. Not like that.
Shit.
Especially, and then if something do stew, I'm not gonna bring it up in the future.
Over and over and over again.
Over and over, and just continue to be salty about that same thing, and then throw shade because of it. She had 20 years to do this. She just popping up now.
Well, she pops up every so often, and it's always with some kind of a rant. I mean, she just a few years ago she wrote a letter to it. She just every few years she does this, like where she has beef with him. She wants to rekindle that he don't even really participate in. Like, you arguing with yourself essentially because, again, he don't give a shit. Like, he done went on with his life. He don't care. And that's usually the thing when you have these people that you don't forgive and you don't want to move on. They could give a shit about whether or not you forgiving them. They're not thinking about you. You're the one that's still being affected by it. She's still being negatively affected by it, so much so that she can't move on with her life. And so much so that she can't give, props to an actual movement. She has to discredit the movement through discrediting them because she has to discredit them because she hates them so much. There's so much hate in her heart when it comes to them that she just has to, and it's ridiculous. She need to move on.
She need to let that go.
It's time. It's bedtime. You too old. Shit.
She gonna die with this.
Oh yeah. Yeah. She gonna probably die clutching a fucking
They gonna be like, Janet, you got any last words? Fuck Will Smith. Oh, dead.
Probably so. Yeah, I can see that. Those would be her being her final parting word. Because look, that's going to be another news story about Janet Hubbard's last words.
She going to be in heaven waiting room like, drop the mic. He can't say shit after me. But do you ever see Will Smith in like interviews and stuff? Mm-hmm. He is seemingly just so positive and upbeat. The last time I saw him down was in that episode where his daddy left him. That's the only time I ever seen him like emotional negatively.
Yeah, he don't care. That's what I'm saying. Like, you do this and he don't care. He barely responded to her little video. I think he may have said something very light and in passing. Like, he don't care. You the one that care about this. He has moved on with his life. It's ridiculous. Forgive folks, people.
Forgive them. Don't let this stuff stew.
Because the forgiveness benefits you. It doesn't benefit other people. And when you look at it like something that benefits you, it makes it a lot easier to do, as opposed to looking at like it's a gift that you don't want to give to this person who did you wrong. Like, it ain't for them. It's for you. So you don't be Janet.
Don't be Janet. Don't be a better Janet. Be Janet Jackson.
Wow.
Are there any better Janets?
Not that I
I mean, just by comparison, Janet Jackson is better.
Well, she got a whole lot of childhood trauma, so I don't.
Well, that ain't on her.
It's not on her, but it's I don't know. Just don't be this Janet.
Don't be any Janets for now.
Perfect. Till we can come up with the good ones. Yeah.
All right. So Martin Shkreli. This is the guy who bought this medication. I don't know what the medication was. He marked it up 600%. Like,
psychopath.
He took this medication that people were taking to keep them alive, bought the company, and decided to mark it up to an unaffordable price, which is probably what a lot of companies do. But he did it so immediately, intensely, and didn't have an accurate enough justification for doing it that he got roasted in social media and within popular opinion. And it really kind of got him messed up, because from that point on, he got caught in some security fraud scandal. And now what he is doing is he's put out a video for Ghostface Killah. This video is a very critical video that told Ghostface Killah, which he called Dennis by his government name, which is, you know, disrespectful, especially with people who have an alias, and just basically told him, keep my name out your mouth or my goons gonna come and get you.
Could he have done any more of a job of getting like just the most stereotypical, like his goons are like stereotypical fucking like Latin kings or some shit. Like, he really, this little skinny ass white boy who's sipping wine with a fucking blazer on is standing with these Latin king looking motherfuckers in the background talking about their fuck up ghost. Like, it was the most odd, weird video I have ever seen in my life.
It was definitely, when you put the context together of who it's coming from and who it's going to, it is odd. It just don't make sense to me.
It makes no, and he is insane. Like, he has to be. It's such a random thing to do. And again, he couldn't have picked any more stereotypical goons if he had tried. Like, he really couldn't. They got on masks and shit,
all black, got the scullies they pull over and your eyes will be sticking out. It's like when they make like a heist movie, the stereotypical other goons, it's always one person with their mask off, they the leader, but then all the other goons just got them things over their head where you can see their mouth and their two eyes. Like, he had them in the video, and he threatened to, so Wu-Tang Clan released this like limited edition album, and he bought it, and he threatened to erase Ghostface Killah from all of the album. And I think it's supposed to be like, they only sold like one copy, I want to say, and he bought it for like $2 million.
Who cares? Like, he's insane. Like, there is something unstable about this young man, obviously. It was just a very weird thing for him to do. Like, and he talking about he want a full written apology and shit. Like, I guess, what? Oh, okay. And who are you again? Like, Something's wrong with him. He's delusional and a little crazy.
He's nuts. He probably that kid that you grew up with that you really had a bad feeling about. And when your mama said you can't hang around him no more, you were happy. You're like, yes, I got a reason not to be around this crazy motherfucker now.
You know who he reminds me of? I don't know if you remember that kid. I think it was in California. He had those videos on YouTube where he was talking about how women...
Yeah, I remember that kid. Women always avoid me.
And they shouldn't. And, and then he like shot a bunch of women at the school.
I remember that.
That video and the way he talked, and this kid reminds me of that guy. Like, it's the same kind of like grandiosity, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's that same, and he snapped and killed a bunch of people. So I'm just saying,
that video is creepy.
Which one?
The Martin Shkreli, like it's creepy.
It
like
really is.
The way that he talking, the look in his eyes, like
He's crazy.
Like, I watched that video and was like, I'm unsettled right now. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it.
Something wrong with that kid, man.
Shkreli, that name ain't like, that ain't an American name. That's like a foreign name or something.
But he looked like a little regular white kid.
Little white.
Like, little preppy ass, rich ass, little white kid. That's what he looked like. Like, but I mean, like, he literally is sitting here sipping wine with a blazer on with motherfuckers with Scullies on in the background talking about, you know, killing somebody. It's the most awkward and just very strange video. It's just very weird. Like, I don't understand at all. I don't get it.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I don't either. But he went downhill quick.
Something's wrong with him. No.
I don't even want to call him a psychopath or a sociopath, because if he was, he would be successfully cheating everybody out of their money. That's what psychopaths do.
Maybe he's unraveling though.
Maybe he is. Maybe he got too much exposure.
He may be decompensating.
What they say?
Or not decompensating. What is it? Damn it. It's not decompensating. He may be, I can't think of the word.
I think they say psychopaths have problems when they get caught. Like, when they get caught, that's when they start unraveling.
But he did, like...
Sociopaths get caught all the time.
Yeah.
Psychopaths, they get away with stuff all the time, but when they get caught, I think that's when they...
See, him getting drugged for that pill, the whole fiasco could have been the beginning of his unraveling, and now here we are with him with goons in the background talking about killing somebody and shit. Like, it's something wrong with him. Like, I wouldn't want to be around him.
Me either.
Like, I wouldn't trust it. Them goons better watch out too.
Exactly. Like, the goons in the video are portrayed to be the scary ones.
They didn't scare me, because they just like, again, y'all are stereotypes. Like, that's not scary, but him, he's unsettling. Like, he creepy. He creeped me out as much as that guy on YouTube did, because I watched some video. I was not surprised at all that he ended up murdering a bunch of women, because he was creepy as shit talking about how women should want him because he got money, and instead they want these black guys. Like, he was nutty as shit. Problematic.
He was going in it.
Yeah, he was.
Now, I want to start this next part by saying, fuck Donald Trump. All right. I don't say that about many people often, but, you know, I just felt like I'd go on ahead and get that out the way, like a preemptive fuck you type situation. So, as y'all know, if y'all watch the debate, which if you want to keep as many of your brain cells intact as possible, you shouldn't. The Democratic or the Republican debate, debate, then Donald Trump didn't attend this one. He chose not to.
Because he a bitch. That's why he didn't attend it. How you gonna get mad at somebody for okay, I'm not gonna you go ahead.
Okay. We'll let you get that in. So the reason being is because at the last debate that Fox News held, that Megyn Kelly was a part of, she asked him a question that really made him feel a certain type of way. She asked him, this is how she asked the question, something like this: Mr. Trump, one thing that people respect about you is that you don't hold it back. You say whatever you want to say. In that same vein, there are some comments that you've made about women on your Twitter and on your show that I want to ask about. You've called women fat pigs, disgusting creatures. She named about 3 other things. On your show, you once said, and then he broke in with a joke that said, only Rosie O'Donnell. Like, that saved the day. But she did not like that. She was like, good and well, it's far beyond Rosie O'Donnell. And then he said, only Rosie, and he said, she wasn't happy about that. And then she went on to say that on your show, you told one contestant that she would look better on her knees, blah, blah, blah. With Hillary Clinton as your front runner, with the way that you feel about women and continuing to contribute to the misogynistic society, how are you going to approach women's issues in that way? Something like that. Mm-hmm. Because of that question, which was a fair question, she might have said it with a little vitriol behind it, but it was a fair question. He didn't want to go to the next debate with her because of that.
Because he a bitch. Like I said.
How you here you go. That's your time.
How the fuck you gonna get mad about somebody asking you about shit you said? See, here's the thing. And I go back to this again and again. You can say whatever the fuck you want to say in America. Please do. Whatever it is. Say it. But guess what? There are consequences behind it. And somebody's gonna bring that shit back up. So you need to be prepared to stand behind the shit you say. And if you not, don't fucking say it. How you gonna act like a little girl and say, oh no, I'm not coming to the debate if she's gonna be there? Sir, grow a pair, grow some hair, and sit down somewhere. Like, I just don't understand. Like, that is not really, this is what you do? So when you can't answer a question, you just don't go to the whole motherfucking debate, huh? Like, I don't want to have to answer these difficult questions, so I'm just not gonna go because they not gonna make her not go. What is wrong with you? Like, he a bitch. I mean, that's just, he's a bitch.
I have to let y'all know how little I respect politics. Okay, starting off, politics just don't mean much to me. I know that voting matters in terms of influencing the outcome. I just think all the outcomes are shit. All of them. I don't care. Yeah. So yes, voting matters, and who will win, all the people that can win are ass to me.
They are.
So when but there's a scale. There are, on a scale of how ass politicians are, it's some that are the least ass that they can be as politicians, and it's some that are the most ass that they can be.
It's the lesser of evils. That's what we are. It's picking the lesser of all of these evils, because they are all in fact evil. Yeah. It's just picking the lesser of them.
It's splitting hairs.
Yeah.
Democrat and Republican is splitting hairs. It's just they go to eat at the same restaurants and have conversation about the same stuff. They got the same congressional health care packages, so they don't have any effects of not making a decision about health care. One side just got to pretend more that they care about it than the other side. They don't feel the effects of it like us down here.
No, they don't.
And they don't feel those effects when it comes to anything.
Nope.
So I don't care about politics, but I care more about being informed than I don't care about politics. So I need to be informed about that thing I don't care about, because being uninformed about it is problematic to me. So what Donald Trump did was he went 5 minutes away to a veterans event. And I watched the clip from that, and he said, let me be honest, I didn't want to be here. So he started that dialogue off with, okay, so fuck y'all.
I mean, I just came because I ain't had shit else
to do. Like, I really ain't worried about y'all. I want to be doing some other stuff, but you know what I'm saying? Y'all was around. You know what I'm saying? Y'all done something for the country. I came over here because I could have went to Outback. No, what's Outback? What's the 10-star version of Outback? Whatever super expensive restaurant that he could have went to that was around where the debate is, that I could have went there. But I came here to spend time with y'all, and he said this. He said, I wanted to be at the debate, but when you're wronged, you got to stand up for your rights. And the first thing I could think of was how avoidant he and other Republicans have been about rights issues when it's come to, police, violence, racism, all these other things in America. So essentially, we should stand up for our rights when they impact us.
Yes.
Significantly.
Yes.
Now, if they don't impact us, then
then it don't matter.
It is what it is. But
I just would like to say again how embarrassing it is to live in a country where Donald Trump is the front runner. Like, are you really? How? Like, I just feel like the rest of the world is looking on us and they just like, this is America? This is where everybody's trying to get to?
And I don't even think he got a win for that. I think they look at that now.
No, they looking at this shit now. The very fact that he is like the front runner and he in the news every other motherfucking day, and he don't even have to win. The very fact that he was allowed to get as far as he has gotten is a joke. It is laughable. And it's an embarrassment. It really fucking is. Donald Trump, he has no background in politics whatsoever. Like, what?
Well, I mean, neither did Ronald Reagan. He just had fame and popularity.
Sad.
But it's some people that's following behind Trump saying that America need to be run like a business. Chingy.
Yeah,
did you see that with Chingy?
But he's retracted that since.
I don't care. he shouldn't have made that stupid comment with a lack of information anyway.
Who the fuck? Why is Chingy talking? Like, who asked him for his opinion?
I think that's why he talking.
Because nobody asked him?
Because ain't nobody listening to Right Her in the last 12 years. He said, now they gonna search me on Google and YouTube. Ain't nobody searching for you, Chingy. Shut up.
I'm gonna get into how I feel about these rappers, and I'm just gonna save that.
Well, look, I'm done. I'm done with deliberate nonsense. Trump, that's it. Fuck you again.
You a bitch.
You need to get your thoughts together and get it all together, put it in a bag, put your shit together in a bag, get it and take it fucking somewhere else. Take it. Just go, get all them shits together, put it in a trunk, lock the motherfucker up, throw the key somewhere, get that trunk, bury it in the ground, bury it deep in the ground, and build something on top of it, like something huge. Like, just get rid of that shit somehow. Don't care how you do it. I'm sorry. That's it. You can go on from here, Red.
Well, what I'm gonna do is, because you ended deliberate nonsense talking about Chingy, I'm going to begin unnatural selection talking about another dumbass rapper. B.O.B. B.O.B. is of the mindset that the Earth in 2016 is in fact flat and not round like we have been led to believe. Because, fuck satellite images. According to B.O.B., the world is flat. And he had an entire disagreement about this with, what is he, a astrophysicist?
Neil Tyson.
Neil Tyson.
Yeah, astrophysicist.
You gonna argue? You rap for a living. You gonna argue with an astrophysicist about whether or not the world is flat? And motherfuckers was co-signing on this. People were like, you know what? He might be right. The world might be flat. Are you serious? Like, what the fuck? I thought it was a joke when I first saw this story because it's so ridiculous.
And he said he had picture evidence of it. The picture evidence was he was standing somewhere at which he could see a skyscraper from another city, and he said that the world is flat because of that. That's what he. I mean, listen. I go to rappers for my rap. Okay, that's it. I don't expect them to be able to contribute anything positive to my life. Now, there are some rappers that have made me critically assess things in the world that I exist in, that make me wonder about things and make me say, hey, they're socially aware.
Killer Mike.
Exactly. They're saying things that matter. Hey, they're saying things that make me think about stuff. I ain't never went to B.O.B. for that. And after this, I ain't never going to B.O.B. for any of that. Anything related.
I just... and I don't want to. I'm not gonna get on my Hotep soapbox I'm not even gonna do that because I don't want y'all in my inbox and shit. I don't want to deal with that. But this is some Hotep shit. Like really? I would just did he explain what they would have gotten from making us believe all of this time that the world was round when it was flat? Like, what diabolical ass plan could have come from telling us that the world is round when the motherfucker is flat? Like, what is that gonna do? Like, ways to keep us misinformed, like, so we don't know what's really going on in the world. Like, I just don't. It's so ridiculous.
And not only that, but if you remember, in history class, you learned that people believed the world was flat initially.
They did indeed.
And there was evidence that disputed that the world was flat. And so that's how we know that the world is round. And what's the explanation for the pictures that we see from Earth?
Like, we got pictures from space.
Exactly. Like, what's the explanation for that? Like, if the world is flat, there is supposed to be a picture at which it's like you looking at a quarter.
Pancake.
It's like you're looking at a quarter from the side. You don't see the whole thing, but you just see this little flat. Where are those pictures at? I mean, this man regressed back to asking 5-year-old questions.
And people co-sign, like, people are sheep. This is what is scary to me. It ain't even scary that he this one person has this belief, if he actually believes this. Maybe it was just publicity, I don't know. But even if this one person has this belief, that doesn't surprise me, or that doesn't disturb me, because again, you got the Hoteps who will tell you everything. We've been misinformed about everything. Everything that white people ever tell you ever is a lie, and it all is to misinform and keep you down, like, according to them. So it's not so much that he believes it, it's that other folks were co-signing it and like, oh yeah, maybe so. Like, y'all are some motherfucking sheep. Like, you need to think for yourself. How are you gonna go against all of this evidence that you have, that you see this one rapping motherfucker say, oh, the world is flat, and you gonna side with him over, common sense? He's a rapper. He is a rapper who tried to have a whole intelligent conversation with an astrophysicist about some shit he knows nothing about. And you gonna co-sign him? Y'all scare me sometimes.
Not only that, but he released a diss track. And then not only that, but Neil deGrasse went... Is it Neil deGrasse? Neil deGrasse Tyson went to the Larry Whitmore show and had a whole little spiel about it. Addressed to B.O.B. Like... And what difference does it make in the context of your life? The world being round or flat ain't gonna change your walking pattern. It ain't gonna change how you get to where you going.
It ain't gonna change the fact that ain't nobody buying your motherfucking records, sir.
The only thing is changing, if you believe it, is that at some point you believe that you might walk off the earth. And fall off. And
why ain't nobody done that? If the earth is flat, people should have been just walking the fuck off. Like, it should be so many deaths a year of people curious. You know how curious people are? Be walking to the edge of the motherfucking earth and just tumble over.
It would be an epidemic. I don't
people
think
would commit suicide, or people would just jump off the planet.
I don't think people will be able to do that, because regardless, gravity gonna push them down. I think what would happen is they would jump off one side and fall flat on the other side, like, and probably crack their head open.
Well, you know what? Maybe on the whole other side of the earth, there's a whole civilization of dumbass people who tried to jump off or fell off, and now they just living on the other. They living on the other side.
Heads cracked all over the place. Yeah.
B.O.B. If any of you listening to this show believe what B.O.B. said, this is not the show for you. Because nothing we gonna say on here is gonna match the world is flat. I can promise you.
So, Stacey Dash made her comments coincidentally when she was marketing for a book. Mm-hmm. B.O.B. made these comments coincidentally when he was marketing for a mixtape. So I think that what happened is he smoked some of that good old, paranoia kush, and he had a round table meeting with all the people in his head. And all of them decided that the best way to market would be to say that the world is flat, because ain't no way in shit he sat around no table with no real people that said that's a good idea. So either he is a stupid marketer on his own, he got stupid people helping him market, or he really believe this shit. That's the worst one.
That's
I really want to believe he's doing this shit on purpose.
If he believes it.
I really want to believe he's doing this on purpose.
Terrifying. I hope it is a publicity stunt. I could respect that a lot more than somebody who actually in 2016 believes that the world is flat. I can't get with it, B.O.B. I can't. I just can't.
Now my whole dialogue would be dedicated to shitting on B.O.B. But I like B.O.B. So right now, I'm just holding my reservation and saying, I go to my rappers for rap. If this was a rap I didn't listen to, my dialogue would be different. But I go to my rappers for rap. So I'm going to B.O.B. for rap. Not for insightfulness, not to be educated, and definitely not to get my fucking astrophysicist shit. I go to Neil deGrasse Tyson for that. Okay.
Oh, God. Okay, I'm going to do like a celebrity sandwich because I have two stories that are not about celebrities, and then I want to end with Kanye because that's going to be a very large rant. I know it in my spirit. I'm going to try really hard to make it not long. I'm going to try to cut it, but I got a lot to say about that. But, so, the non-famous people. First thing I wanted to talk about was the guy in Georgia who won the Georgia lottery. He wasn't a Powerball winner. He won the Georgia lottery, like $400,000. And some sad-ass people did a home invasion on this man's house and killed him. Did you think he just went to the bank and got cashed a $400,000 check and just had $400,000 in his house? Like, what? First of all, this is why if I ever were to win the lottery, y'all would never know. Y'all would just be like, damn, they were doing the show regularly, then Red just disappeared. I don't know what happened to. I would just be gone. I would just be ghost. I wouldn't want anybody to know because this is what happens. Like, I don't understand why people need to know who won. I think people need to know that somebody won, but telling people this person government name won this large amount of money, it's basically just saying go rob them. They got money now. Because that's what happened to this man. Like, I just would like to ask the people who did this whole invasion, what did you think you were going to accomplish through this? Did you think he was just sitting in there rolling around in piles of money and you was just going to go grab it up? I don't understand.
I think we missing some variables. We don't know who this dude is and what he done. This man might have ran off on the plug twice. And the plug was not having that shit. I don't want my money at this point, but you damn sure ain't finna enjoy this money.
I mean, I don't know.
Ain't no telling what this man was into.
That's
he might have been a goon.
He might have been.
It might not even been related to the $400,000.
I mean, no, okay. So you gonna tell me, then you gonna give it the benefit of the doubt again. So he just coincidentally win $400,000 and motherfuckers run up in his house.
Possible, not probable. I'm just throwing other variables out there now. Anything is possible. You know.
Money is just such a funny thing. I don't believe money is the root of all evil. I do believe people with money don't know what the fuck to do with themselves. These people that ran up in his house are perfect examples of that. Old girl who spent all of that money on a dude and then having to threaten his bitches about him, and now she finna looking at jail time herself. Like, money just does some strange things to people.
That's what we've done. That's what we've done to money in our society.
Yeah.
We have made it so critical. We have connected it to every single thing that we believe has anything to do with success. Mm-hmm. It has anything to do with meaning. A lot of people feel like they have to have that thing, and a lot of people, when they don't have it and somebody gets it, jealousy, rage, anger. We created that in this society. And this is what you get from it.
This is what
you can tell from just before anybody win the lottery how many people get involved in the lottery.
Oh yeah.
Just like this last $1 billion lottery, like how many people went to go buy tickets? Like, we have created an environment where we have hopes and dreams hinging upon how much money we can get
And it don't matter how we get the money either. Like,
don't matter.
It don't matter. Like,
cause this man won the $400,000, and these niggas thought that they was finna bust in his house and take the $400,000 out of his pocket. Like, he went straight to the bank and said, "Hey, Wells Fargo, give me $400,000, large unmarked bills. I'm putting it in my house." And the goons was like to the goons that made sense.
You know what? They probably got high and was watching DuckTales, and Scrooge McDuck had that room. He had that room with just the gold coins that he dive in. They was watching there had to be something, because who thinks that somebody who wins a large sum of money got the money in their house? Like, who does that? What? He probably, if he had money on him, it was nowhere near $400,000. I can assure you. Like, that was just the stupidest thing. Like, if I'm telling you, if I win the lottery, ain't nobody gonna know about it. You the way you gonna know is that when I disappear and I just start posting pictures from the south of France and shit, then people gonna be, oh, you know what? I believe Calamity won the lottery, because she's over in the south. She traveling and stuff now. Yeah, that's how you gonna know. It will not be from no announcements in the paper, because I don't trust you people.
These dudes killed this man and got out of there with $35, a Kit Kat bar, and a TV. And I know a Kit Kat bar sound petty, but if I went in a house thinking I was leaving with $400,000, I'm taking that damn Kit Kat bar.
I'm getting something out of this motherfucker. Something coming out of here with me.
I'm leaving refrigerator doors open, leave the toilet stool up. I'm gonna turn the air on real high when it's summertime, or real low when it's wintertime.
Petty.
I'm going in. I'm mad.
Just petty.
What? I went in looking for $400,000 and I had to kill somebody.
Yeah.
I'm a murderer. I'm turning this heat up.
The next non-famous story that I have, and this really hurt my heart, is about the girl, I think it was in Philadelphia, where she turned down a guy. He shot her and killed her. Let me tell you something. First of all, I saw a whole lot of comments of people saying little slick shit about, well, you don't know what she said. I don't give a fuck what she said. I don't care if she called him a bitch. I don't care if she called his mama a bitch. I don't care what it is that she said. No matter how she turned him down, that gave him no right to take her life. And the mentality of, I could say something that's deserving of you to do something like that to me. The fact that you even think that way is disturbing to me. And this is why people who see me in real life are always like, oh, you don't smile. Like, my resting bitch face is dead ass serious. And you know why? Because I don't want you coming up to me. Don't come talk to me. Because y'all don't know how to take no for an answer. You don't know how to take I'm not interested, because it hurts your pride. And you can't go on. Now, he obviously had some other stuff going on, because that was pretty extreme. But as a female who has gotten hit on, when I've been out, dudes are crazy. It don't matter what you say. You could say, I have a boyfriend, I just want to be your friend. You could just say, I'm not interested. You don't even know. There's nothing. If a guy is not well equipped to take rejection, it don't fucking matter what you say to him. He's not going to accept it. That's just what it is. That scares me. That terrifies me, that you can, be killed for something as simple as not being interested. Maybe you're not my fucking type, or maybe I just don't want to, whatever the case may be. I shouldn't lose my life because I wasn't interested in your ass. I just wish that we would teach our boys, as they are becoming men, that it is not how many yeses you get that build your character, or that are indicative of what your character is. It's how you respond to the no's that you get. That's where your character comes in to play. It's not how many yeses you can get. It's not how many yeses you get on a daily basis. It's how you respond when you get those no's. And we need to be teaching them to accept no better, because guess what? You gonna fucking hear no more than you hear yes in life in general. That is just how it goes. That is terrifying to me. And like I said, I was very disturbed by the people who were saying, trying to blame the victim, or well, maybe it don't matter what she said. I could give a shit what she said. It doesn't matter to me. Whatever it was that she said was not worth her losing her life over.
No, nothing justify killing somebody for it.
You shoot somebody in the face because they don't like want to date you, you follow her outside of a club and take her life. And she got kids. You took somebody's mom away from them because you were feeling a certain type of way about being turned down. Like, what?
Well, I don't think he necessarily killed her because he was turned down. I think he killed her because he's fucking crazy.
Well, he is crazy.
He was nuts. He woke up this morning and said, I'm killing a motherfucker today. The first person that tell me no is getting shot in the face. And you know what? Let it be a woman. He's crazy. Like, he woke up thinking, I'm killing somebody today. I don't know. Maybe this happens, but men get told no enough. You can't shoot everybody in the face. It's one and done.
That's true.
You shoot one person in the face and it's over. And that was not the first no he got in his life.
No, I'm sure it ain't.
But this is the first and last person he shot in the face for telling no. Because if he shot somebody else before, he wouldn't have got to her. And he going to jail because we know he did it. And he'll never do it again because he's going to be in jail for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
So,
but
he did this because he crazy as shit.
He is crazy. But even y'all who do the whole, well, fuck you then. You ain't cute anyway. I was cute 2 seconds ago until I told your monkey ass no. And now all of it, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that kind of shit, it infuriates me. And like I said, I don't walk around smiling because, like, I just feel like who the fuck walks around smiling for no reason? Like, anytime people tell me I look mean, I'm like, as opposed to what? If I was walking around smiling and shit, you tell me I look creepy. But I really have no problem with not being super approachable because it's too much of a hassle. Like, it really is. Like, men are fucking crazy. Like, I have had people come up to me and say some of the craziest shit. Or, like, again, it doesn't even matter. Like, sometimes how I try to turn them down, I can be as nice as it don't fucking matter. Like, if he's determined, when he walk over to you, if he determined he finna get your phone number, it don't matter what you say. You could tell him you a lesbian, he gonna say, well, you need to try this out. You don't know what you missing. Like, it don't matter.
But see, why you gotta drag me into this? Like, why you gotta drag me into this situation? Like, you gotta be more specific than men. You bringing me into this situation now. I don't like that.
A lot of men, a large percentage of men, it's not every man, okay? I've had men come up to me that have, like, asked me for my phone number, and I've been like, oh, I'm not interested, or I'm with somebody, and they'll just be like, okay, I didn't mean to bother you, and they'll walk away. And that tells me a lot about that person. Like, so that happens, but more often I get that other shit. I get that, oh, I got a boyfriend, I'm just trying to be your friend. Oh, and that's really, you walked over here to get my phone number because I look fucking friendly. Get the fuck out of here. Are you serious? Like, come on. So more often than the nice, like, okay, I didn't mean to bother you, I get the bullshit answers. Like, I just don't, I don't get it. I don't get it. What's wrong with your people? These your folks. You explain this to me.
I just told you about dragging me into this. I don't know nothing about them dudes. I don't do that. I ain't been with a dude that's done that. Like, from my perspective, I don't see, like, what I'm saying is that, like, maybe you attract crazy dudes that would do that all the time.
No.
Now, statistically, that's improbable, but we talking about possible. Anything is possible.
Anything is possible, but I don't think, it's the same way. Like, I was having a conversation with one of my friends, and I don't know if people realize that this is a thing, but, like, if you, anybody that's ever done, like, online dating, that's another thing that men do, and it's just like, you could be having a nice conversation with somebody that you just met online, y'all chatting it up, you exchange numbers, send a couple of text messages back and forth, and then the next thing you know, you get a picture message, and it's a picture of his penis. You didn't ask for this, it wasn't requested, you just open it up, and boom, there it is. Like, that happens a lot, and at first, I was like, maybe it's just me. But apparently this is an epidemic of men doing this. Like, you should probably wait for somebody to request that, because my mama could have had my phone. My mom could have just asked to borrow my phone, and she could have been like, oh, you had a message come through, and open it up, and somebody's penis is in my phone. And now I look crazy. Like, I just have people sending me body parts for no reason. Like, men, a lot of men, some men, those men are fucking
Look. I get it. Those men they blend into the rest of men. I get it. They blend in. So just for the sake of being protective of yourself, you have to say men. You have to say all of them because it's happened to you so many times. You don't know which ones it is. So it's better to be safe than sorry. It's better to assume that it's all men and protect yourself than to try to find some system which you pick and choose which men it may or may not be.
And it ain't no way, because you be surprised. Like, you just be surprised. Like, it's amazing. And that's just very sad to me that happened. And it's very sad to me, like I said, that people can try to justify by saying, well, she probably said some shit to him. I don't care what she said. Like, I sarcastic as shit. I don't know if y'all can tell or not. This probably shocks a lot of you, but I'm super sarcastic as fuck. And I say a whole lot of slick shit to people around me. It's the way that I like gauge my friendships. If you cannot take me seriously and you laugh at my bullshit, we can be friends. But if you gonna be like overly sensitive and take everything I say seriously, we probably not gonna be able to be friends. So by that token, if every time you say something that displeases somebody, my ass would have been shot in the face a long time ago, and that scares the shit out of me. I don't want to get shot in the face because you feel some kind of way about something that I said. Like, sticks and stones.
But when you put those men on a scale of batshit crazy as hell, I'll shoot you in the face if you tell me no, down to, you know what, let me respectfully walk away from this person with my ego and pride in check, but I don't want to be offensive to that person. He's the anomaly. You've had so many no's to tell and ain't been shot in the face yet. So we can't look at him as the norm. We can't put him, when you say men, you can't put him in there with us. You can't put him in there with us. You gotta say like the batshit crazy might shoot you in the face if you tell him no. You gotta put him in his own category. Yeah, he need to get his own category. I don't want him in that representation.
Yeah,
I don't want none of them.
Yeah,
I mean,
some of them
if you sending dick pics out without being requested, I don't want you to be in that group with me.
Yeah, listen, just so he understands, all of the women that are listed, please go to the Facebook page. If this has happened to you before, if you've been, even if it wasn't through online dating, because I've had it happen and it wasn't online dating.
I'm just playing devil's advocate. I know.
So what?
I know. I'm just playing devil's advocate. I know.
Oh yeah.
I know.
I just want to see how many.
That's about every woman that I've had a dialogue with that guy. One, I know that on social media, y'all inboxes got 30 messages in it every time you log in. Jeez. Second, half of them got dick pics. Third, a large percentage of them is just talking about sex. Yep. I already know. It's
insane.
I've been doing research on this for some time now.
It is insane. But I wanted to talk about this story to say, for anybody that's listening that is raising young boys who are going to be grown men, and any grown man who got that type of a mentality, again, it is not how many yeses you get that determines your character and who you are. It's how you respond to the no. It's your ability to take that rejection and not let it completely just disintegrate your fucking self-esteem and your pride. Like, don't be out here killing people because they didn't like you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just, it's a little much. Please don't do that. That's basically what I have to say about that. And my last story, like I said, I'm going to try not to get on too much of a rant with this. I'm going to try real hard. But he's such an idiot. Okay, so Kanye West, all right? Kanye West has a new album coming out. He originally titled it Swish. He changed the title to some shit. Waves. Wiz Khalifa has some shit to say about it. Because, this is what people do now. We get into Twitter beefs. And
Twitter fingers.
So, in his comments about the name change, he mentioned he said KK. Now, Kanye took that as, because obviously those initials can only be about his fuck ass wife. It can't be nothing else. So he assumed that he was referring to Kim Kardashian, when he in fact was referring to something called Khalifa Kush, because we all know that Wiz Khalifa is a big ass weed head. So then Kanye decided, you want to go on this tirade and talk all of this shit about Wiz? Okay, but here's where my problem comes in. During this tirade, he decided to bring Amber Rose into this shit, ain't got nothing to do with nothing, and talking about how you let a stripper trap you with a baby and all of this shit. And I just want so badly to ask Kanye, like, motherfucker, you think we forgot that you used to date her? You think we forgot that you used to have your tongue down her throat on the red carpet? You think we forgot that you was pushing her in our faces for however fucking long y'all was dating? Like, cause you with Kim now, that time just didn't happen, so now you feel like you could just dog her out and talk shit about her like this? Because she, like, what? And I said this on the Facebook page. People in whorehouses should probably not be throwing strippers. Okay, you are with a woman who is famous for a sex tape. Now, she didn't turn that into a business, and you know, Godspeed to all of you who feel like she's a great businesswoman. Whatever, you free to feel that way. That's your prerogative. She did turn it into something. But it started out with her in a sex tape. So let's not act like you're married to motherfucking Michelle Obama and you gonna sit up here and try to talk shit about Amber Rose. Like, it was so unnecessary. You could have told Wiz that he ain't sold as many records as you. You could have told Wiz he don't look as good as you. You could have told Wiz he ain't got a fucking, Air Weezies that cost $4,000 like you. Like, it was so many things that you could have, like, directly talked about him without dragging this woman into this who ain't got shit to do with anything. And you are in no position to talk. You're not married to Mother Teresa. And if you want to talk about motherfuckers being trapped, you're living your lyrics to Gold Digger, sir. You got 2 kids with her now. So she got you for the next 18 years if you want to be specific. The fuck is wrong with you? Then Amber, because Amber is petty, and I didn't blame her for this because, he should have shut up. He shouldn't have brought her into this. She made some comment about he must be upset because she's not fingering his ass anymore or something to that effect. And shut him the fuck up. He got real hush mouth after that. All he's basically said is that it wasn't true. But he stopped all that ranting shit after that. So she shut him down. But I really, because this is like the second time that he has done this, like been disrespectful towards her. And it's just like, sir, you were in love with this woman at one point. You was with her. You know what I'm saying? Like, now you want to just conveniently forget about that and you want to be able to talk shit, but you did that shit, sir.
All I can take from this dialogue is I bet when Kim Kardashian read them tweets from Amber Rose, she called Kanye and said, I thought you said I was the first to put my fingers in your ass. I know she telling the truth. I ain't gonna tell the rest of the world, but me and you know the deal.
I wouldn't be surprised. Probably so. Cause he denied it, but it was nowhere near as vehemently as he was like going in on Wiz. Like, he very, very like casual. He was just basically like, that's not true. And then he shut the fuck up after that. And he should have shut up prior to that, and we would never have got to this place. Like, I feel like Kanye know Amber got enough shit on him. Like, sit down before she tell it all. Like, She was with you long enough to know, I'm sure, a whole lot of shit about you. So you should probably shut the fuck up and stop bringing her into things that ain't got nothing to do with her. Like, this had nothing to do with her. And once again, you dated her. Like, you acting like she just this, whole ass stripper, but she was bae.
But I think you're missing Kanye's point. Kanye's point is not that you dated a hoe. Is that she trapped you.
He got 2 babies with him.
But Kanye a narcissist. He don't believe he got a hoe. He believe he got a wholesome woman that a mixtape got released on by accident that she never intended to, and Ray J is evil, and I'm gonna send the Illuminati after Ray J.
I mean... Kanye is very delusional, like, and we already knew this, but it just amazed me that he even went there. Again, I just feel like Amber Rose got a whole lot of shit, because you gotta understand that Amber was with him at the time that his mom died, and that's when Kanye really fucking lost his mind. And I could just imagine, this is when he was like showing up on red carpets with fucking Hennessy bottles, drinking straight out the bottle and drunk as shit. I just feel like during that time, he probably did a whole lot of crazy shit that he don't want nobody to know about. So he really need to shut the fuck up before it all come out. Because she's slowly just telling his shit. And women, let me tell you something, man. Women, and I'm telling you this as a woman, are evil. We will cut you deep. You understand? Whatever it is that you think that you gonna say that's gonna hurt a woman, I guarantee you she gonna come back with something that's gonna cut you even deeper. Because that's what we do, right? We're not physically able to like overpower y'all most of the time. Like there's some exceptions. Like, you know, Layla Muhammad Ali's Layla Ali could probably fuck up a whole lot of men, but for the most part, we're not gonna be able to like physically overpower you, but like we will say some shit that'll have you ready to choke us out. So you need to be careful about, you know, saying all of this crazy shit, cause she gonna tell it all. I feel like at some point she either gonna do a tell-all book, or he just gonna keep starting these little beefs with her, and she just gonna slowly tell all his business.
What I take from this dialogue is them two can't be the first ones that gave Kanye the finger booty. The booty finger. That had to be every girlfriend that he ever had in their head is verifying that story. They just ain't gonna say nothing.
Probably so.
They gonna say, "Yep, that's Ye. That's him. She telling the truth. Probably he lying, so. But I ain't getting into this."
Well, and see, Kim had said nothing. She be like, no, he not. Like,
she said it to him.
Well, yeah, no, yeah. I'm saying she didn't come to his defense and say he don't do that. He don't like that. Like she didn't say. She had to say nothing.
She ain't supposed to say nothing.
But
Kanye, I just don't believe Kanye gonna let her say that. Would Kanye let her say something?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Kanye would probably discourage her from becoming a part of that situation. I mean, I ain't saying that like he control her, but
no, I think he do. Look, her whole style of dress changed once she started dating him. Like she be wearing all of these monotone ass colors all the time and shit. Like she.
Do he design her clothes? Do he design women clothes too?
She wears like his clothing line that looks like a motherfucking zombie apocalypse and shit. Like, yeah. So I think he does control her quite a bit because it seems that she has changed. I'm not gonna say for the better or for the worse. She's changed quite a bit since they have been together. I think he absolutely is in control. But Kanye, please stop. Just stop talking about Amber. Like I just want you to stop doing that. Like he like that person, that friend of yours who 1 week, you know, she love this dude, he the best thing ever, and the next week he ain't shit, he terrible, you know, he broke, he ain't this and he ain't that, and then the next week you back in love with this nigga again. Like that's how I feel about Kanye. Like you dated her. You was everywhere with her, shoving her down our throats. The whole fucking reason we even know who she is because of your monkey ass. And now you want to sit up here and try to discredit her, act like she ain't shit, or act like Wiz is like beneath you because he got a child with her. You fucked her too. So I just don't understand. Like, what? I just don't get it. Please sit down and stop. And when you grown men, please get the fuck off of Twitter with all of this nonsense. Y'all are too old. Like, when did it become okay for you to just get on Twitter and be petty and shit? Like, what's wrong? Again, I say men collectively.
Drag me into this shit.
I just don't understand. Like, it's become commonplace. Like, every other week. You just had fucking Meek Mill and 50 Cent on Twitter going back and forth with each other. Like, this is what y'all do now? Like, is this the new thing? Y'all just gonna all your beef gonna be out on Twitter? Like some high school girls? Like, is that what we do now? I just don't understand. I don't get it.
Do you like Kanye?
No.
Any of his music?
His early stuff before he lost his mind.
Before his mom passed away?
Yeah.
Pre-mom death was a different Kanye than post.
Absolutely, 100% in my mind. Like I really feel, and this is because
college dropout, graduation, and then late registration, then graduation. Mm-hmm. They were great.
And then
that 808 and heartbreak situation, they lost me there.
Yeah, and then after that, it just went way down. But this is a teachable little counseling moment. But this is what happens when you have unresolved grief. You cannot not address things that happen in your life. They don't go away because you don't address them. And I feel like Kanye is dealing with some stuff that he's not dealing with some stuff that he has going on, because ever since his mother passed away, this version of him has just been getting worse and worse. Like, he's been getting more and more ridiculous, and I think that's just his way of not dealing with what he has going on. Because prior to that, I mean, he was still an asshole, don't get me wrong. I'm not acting like he was this humble ass person before, but he was not this person he is now. Like, and I feel like a lot of it is just he not dealing with his grief. He hasn't dealt with it since it happened, and nobody is holding him accountable for that. I feel like he got a bunch of yes people around him who, and I feel like anybody who has tried, because it seemed like he separated himself from his actual family and shit, like, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like anybody in his life who has attempted to maybe help him out, he's kind of distanced himself from. So that's what it seemed like to me. So you cannot run away from the situations in your life. That you take that with you wherever you go. You take you everywhere you go. Like, you come everywhere. So those problems, those situations that you trying desperately not to deal with, they still there, and they just gonna manifest themselves in different ways. That it's gonna be some Kanye type shit. Like, you just have to be very careful about, like, not dealing with stuff, because it come out one way or another.
Well, I mean, another counseling moment for the men. If you are dating a vindictive woman and you happen to enjoy women giving you the booty finger, I need you to remember that you should probably not let that vindictive woman give you the booty finger, because she will hold it against you and use it against you in the time to cut you down. Or you have to fully grasp on and embrace the fact that you like being given the booty finger, and when you take that power, then nobody can harm you with it by holding it over you and using it as leverage. So for those of you that embrace the booty finger, they can't use it against you like that. So just wanted to give you that little tidbit of information.
And most women are vindictive. I'm telling you, man, women will cut you deep, man. I done had some sessions before with women who, like, oh Lord, just say shit, because they know it's gonna be something that, like, women will cut you deep. We really will. Like, women are terrible.
She got plenty to cut you deep with.
Yeah. Don't
add the booty finger to it or embrace it. That's all I got.
I can't. That is all I have for a natural selection. I feel like we should probably end it on that note.
Yeah.
On those wise words on the booty finger.
Exactly. Oh, yeah. Be careful with that. You got anything else on your mind?
Just, like I said, send us letters, questions, concerns, all that jazz. Check out the Facebook page. We love to see posts from y'all, or we post on the Facebook page, like, just different stuff. And sometimes you can get, like, a preview of what's going to be on the show. Because we'll see stuff. I talked about Kanye on the page. So,
and B.O.B.
Oh, shit. Yeah. So, like, if you can sometimes even get a preview of, like, what we're going to be talking about through the Facebook page. So make sure you check that out. And dogs still rule. I would like to say that Mr. Orpoint has told me that he thinks that my dog is a reincarnation.
Yes.
And that he used to be a Chinese dictator.
He used to be a Chinese dictator, yes. And now he is an American dog, subservient creature that is dependent completely upon its owner.
And he's not happy about it.
At all.
He's an asshole. My dog is an asshole. Like, He needs me, but he also is very much an asshole. It's a very interesting dynamic that he has going on. He actually jumped on me last night. I almost ended him. Like, he almost
I mean, you got to give context, because when somebody say their boyfriend jumped on them, they might not have made it.
Well, Kingston them hit me in the face with his paw before, so he's abusive. No, I was laying on the couch on my little chair, and he had laid on the back of the couch. Because he likes to get up there and lay down. So I had fell asleep. And next thing I know, he didn't hop down off the back of the couch. But instead of him hopping down onto the arm and then the floor, he hopped down on me and then on the floor. Now, Kingston is a miniature schnauzer, so he's not like a lab, but he like 20 pounds, and this was a pounce. And I'm thin. The shit hurt. I was so mad. Like, I got up and chased him. He ran under the bed. I don't know what I was going to do if I caught him. I don't know if I was going to punt him. I don't know. I was just fucking mad because it scared me, one, because I was asleep and his pressure is just on my stomach. And I looked down on the floor and he looking at me like, what? What's the problem? I had to get out. Like, are you fucking kidding? That dog is crazy. But I will still prefer him over a cat. So
that is exactly something a Chinese dictator would do. That's all I'm saying.
He may be a reincarnation. He sure act like he been here before. That dog.
I'm telling you. I mean, clearly we'll never prove it, but you know.
If he could talk, like, who knows what he would say?
Ain't no telling.
He's insane. But yeah.
Anyway. Until we come to the next conversation, people.
We out.
Holla.